Hey guys, my name is Christian. Hopefully you are all doing well. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought that we check out the new SSL Vintagedrive plugin. And this is an emulation from their SSL Fusion hardware, which is said to be an all-in-all solution for us that are working in the box to give us some analog mojo. So this is the drive feature from the Fusion, so let's jump into Pro Tools and check it out. Alright, so here we have the plugin, so let's go over it real quick. We got an input and output trim, we got a drive button which will increase the harmonic saturation, the density button will give you either odd or even harmonics. Set at minimum you get even harmonics, and the other way around if you put it at max. And then you got a blend knob and a auto gain feature, which seems to work pretty well. On these presets I measured the LUFS so we don't get confused with volume changes. We'll start off here with an acoustic example, and this is from my MeLab DC 196 episode. Feel free to check that one out. I'll leave a link here in the corner. So this is an acoustic song, so let's just start from the top and see what it sounds like.
A question was earned, is silence like a fever, a voice never heard, or a message with no receiver. Pray they won't ask behind the stained glass. There's always one more mask, as man been a victim of his woman, of his father. If he elects not to bother, will he suffocate their faith, desperate to fall behind the great wall that separates us all? When there is reason, tonight I'm away silent. When there's no answer, arrive a silent man. If there is balance, tonight is the way. If they had to suffer, then lies the silent man, then lies the silent man.
Alright, so yeah, it is very subtle. I can hear a slight mid push around 1500 to 2000 Hertz. And when I push the plugin, the density of the plugin, you get a slight low mid and high bass push. Very subtle. In this case I think it's a bit much. You know, this was basically a finished mix, so in that case it feels a bit much. But say if you have a source that is a bit thinner, it might be nice to add the density so you get a bit more thickness. But yeah, extremely subtle. But if you listen to the top end and the guitars and vocals, they seem to sit together a bit better when the plugin is activated. So let's move on to the other example, which is the complete opposite. It is a heavy metal mix. It's from my Jens Bogren drum sample pack video. And here we have distorted guitars and heavy drums. And yeah, that is my newborn crying upstairs. Sorry for that. So let's start from the top and do the same thing with this example. Alright, yeah, so I think I hear it a tiny bit better with the heavy guitars and drums. You hear that classic mid push of an SSL console, which happens around 1000 to 2000 Hertz. And once again, when I pushed the density, you get a bit too much low mids and high bass. And once again, yeah, very subtle. I think it adds some cohesiveness to the sound. But if you're gonna talk about the plugin price-wise, I do think it's way too expensive for what it is. Personally, I do like to use multi-band saturation plugins such as FabFilter Satin. It's nice to be able to saturate the low mid and bass less than the mids and high mids. And the Vintagedrive doesn't give you those options. If you are on the subscription plan though, I think it's a nice addition and definitely a nice tool to have at your disposal. And it feels like these plugin manufacturers are pushing us customers into their subscription plans. If it were to cost, say, $50, I think it would be a nice addition to anyone's arsenal, but at this price point, not so much. But try it out for yourself, download it. You can try it out for free to see if it fits your workflow and productions, and yeah. So this is really it for today's episode. If you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you guys around.